Oh yeah. Oh, it's wind down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. It's wind down Wednesday with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Come on in, y'all. Y'all know how we do it. When we come in, we do what? We hit that share button and we share, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take an opportunity to start sharing. And I want you guys to share also, right? We had last Wednesday off. Of course, we don't celebrate the 4th of July. Of course not. But however, we entertain our families along those measures, right? So that gives us the ability to have some extra time with our families. And that's why we didn't do last Wind Down Wednesday. But listen, let me let you all in on something. Man, if y'all haven't tapped into the truth session yet, with none other than the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby, listen. He's dropping jewels. He's giving you a free game, man, that you have to pay thousands of dollars for to go to a high institution of learning to get this information. And he's dropping it on you free of charge. All we ask you guys to do is just donate. And that's it. I see you. Prince of Peace. And that's all we do. We just ask everyone to just donate. But listen, when you come in, for you, for me, and for us, hit the share button. Okay? And this is what I'm doing. I'm sharing. Yeah, me, I had an amazing Wednesday, hump day, of course. I've been relaxing. I was in the ATL, taking care of some business, and got a chance for some relaxation. And it was amazing. It was off the chain. I had an opportunity to meet and greet uh, with Queen Octavia and with Queen Basu, Black Sis, with Dr. Stephanie. Man, we had an amazing time, y'all. Oh, it was off the chain. Yes, it was off the chain. So listen, hit that share button. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm hitting that share button. Tonight's podcast is being brought to you by none other than the Prince of Peace himself, Queen Octavia. Also the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. And then also none other than our very own T Swin. Yeah, Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast. Make sure y'all look him up. YouTube. He's on all of those networks out there. And man, this is amazing um, what he's doing. Him and his cohort, J Bean, man, they are doing some amazing things. So you want to tap into that, right? I know my jazz. Let me turn my jazz down just a little bit so we can all hear each other. Yeah, there we go. And hit that share button. Those of you that are tuning into my YouTube station or channel, please subscribe and like, right? So that we can get these numbers up, and it makes it easier for us to bring you guys content. You all know that because you are content creators, right? And you guys can come out here and create. And please note that when you come on the YouTube channel, or if you come in on Facebook, either in the Truth Session or in Wind Down Wednesday, Grown Folk Conversation, Therapy with a Sip, please note that you're able to come on with us. If you have a comment, if you just want to chop it up, however you want to do it, you have that access. Why? Because this is for you, for me, and for us. And we coined it FUBU. FUBU, for you, for us, and by us, right? That's what's up. But I think it's going to be a very powerful topic tonight. Those of you that are on YouTube now, we're going to be dealing with the fact that did Dr. King err with a need to desegregate? Did Dr. King err with a need to desegregate? Hit that share button, family. And I've been battling with this nasal element. Man, I've been sneezing and coughing, and that pollen has really been getting at me. But listen, you all are more important. I want you guys to come in, please. Help me share. Okay? Excuse me, help me share. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm hitting the share button. Okay? Yes, indeed. Hold on just a second for me, fam. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Wind Down Wednesday, baby. There's no better place to be than with your host, with the most, right? Yes, indeed. Come on, y'all, give yourself a hand. Come on, give yourself a hand for tuning in. Yeah, that's right. Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Come on in and let's have an amazing time tonight. Again, our sponsors for the podcast tonight. And I'm so elated and so happy that there are those of you, man, that really take time out of your busy schedule to come in and sit with us and have a conversation with us. A grown folk conversation, right? Thank you, Prince of Peace. Thank you, Queen Octavia. Thank you, Master Teacher, the Quantum Shifter, the Shapeshifter. Thank you, T Swing. And also our very own Queen Kizzy also is sponsoring tonight's podcast. So thank you all. So I'm just getting everybody in, right? Everybody hit that share button. Yes, indeed. I know, right? I'm dropping in some of these groups right now. Everybody hit that share button. Thank you. I see you, Queen Octavia. I see you, the teacher will appear. The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. I see you, Jones. I see you out there. Thank you for stopping in on us. It's amazing. I'm still taking an opportunity to share. I have an amazing wine for you guys tonight. I have a Merlot tonight that's off the chain. It's going to be coming from the Noble Vine wine exclusive. It's going to be nice. Oh, yeah. It's getting ready to go down in the Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. That's right. It's Dominica in the house. Okay. All right. All right. Y'all hit that share button. What do you guys think about the topic tonight? If you're in the room tonight, please put the topic so when others come into the room tonight, they already know what we're discussing. Again, did Dr. King err with the need to desegregate? I think we need to have these kinds of conversations, these levels of conversation. Insofar as it's concerning what most are dealing with when you're dealing with Trump and you're dealing with Joe Biden, I think there needs to be a different level of conversation, right? And I think it needs to be a grown folk conversation because the younger Thundercats, they have no idea really, and that's not a knock. But the young Thundercats have no idea of what's really transpiring right now in the political arena. So it takes those of us that have had some level of experience in this realm to be able to have a conversation and let them share in that conversation. So what do you guys think about that? Let's get at it. I'm gonna do a little bit more sharing and we'll get at it. Everybody okay? Y'all all right out there? It's Wednesday, baby. Okay. Queen Octavia says, I partly agree. I think we should have kept our own things separate, just to equal access to supplies, money, etc. But no matter what we do, they take it and take all the credit anyway. I agree with you. That was a very powerful statement. I don't know if many of you guys heard what Queen Octavia just said. So let's get ready to get into this, right? Let's get our toast and we can get into this so we won't have to hold you guys very long tonight. Here's my wine glass. I purchased this at Cuts. How many of you guys been to Cuts in Atlanta? Oh, it's a nice place to go. If you haven't been there yet, go there. Okay, so let's get this bale poured up, okay? Because that's all they give us anyway is a bale when we go out, right? They pour up a bale. Okay. All right. Yes, it is, Queen Octavia. It's an awesome place. Okay, so who's going to give the toast tonight? Anyone feel like giving a toast tonight on the timeline? Let's just take a few seconds and let's give the toast. Okay? It's all good. And you guys have to excuse me tonight if I cough a little bit, sneeze a little bit. My sinuses are really jacked up. Thank you, Queen Octavia, for the toast. Toast to good living. Yes, indeed. I agree. Here we go, fam. Toast to good living. Wind Down Wednesday with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. And the Wind Down Wednesday family, baby. We get in here and we get it in, right? Grown folk conversation. Because we're having what? Therapy with a sip. Low-key therapy, right? There we go. I'm Marlo. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me share with you. I got to show this to you all, don't I? Okay. There we go. Y'all see that? Please recall that we're simultaneously streaming to YouTube and also Facebook. All right? There it is. Noble Vine, 181, a Merlot. It's a red wine. It's a deep blood red wine that's off the chain. I promise you it is. Okay? All right. Thank you for that toast. Toast to good living by Queen Octavia. Salute. All right. And to our sippers, may you live forever, and shall I never die. Salute. And if you guys haven't had an opportunity, please T Swin, love is for suckers. Oh man, he is blowing it up out there, you guys. He also has an amazing podcast, Men Can Always Be Wrong. Hit him up. This is the place where you get free advertisement. Also, this is Dr. Clear's book out of the ATL. She's out of Atlanta. T. Swin is out of Houston, Texas. Creating the Amazing You. It's a journal. And it is amazing, family. It's a nice read, easy read. Check it out. Okay? And then also we have another sister that's connected to us, Rosalind Severn McLean. She has a 3 series out called Ocean of Thought. And it's dealing with poetry. An amazing book. And if you have information, please put it on the timeline. If you're doing things, please put it on the timeline. I see Auntie Carolyn in the house. That's Arkansas in the house. Please, when you come in, please let us know where you're hailing from. Okay? Again, tonight's podcast is being brought to you by none other than the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia. Also the Master Teacher, the Quantum Shifter, the Shapeshifter, the Code Breaker, along with T. Swin, Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast, and also our very own Queen Kizzy. If you have a business, please put it on the timeline, okay? Now, tonight's topic again is what? Did Dr. King err with the need to desegregate? What do you guys think about that? Put it on the timeline. And if you want to come on with me and kind of chop it up, let's do it. Let me turn my jazz down a little bit more. So that we can have this conversation. All right? All right, let's talk about it. Yes, indeed. The master teacher, in the words of the late Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Yes, indeed. But I like what Queen Octavia stated earlier. If you guys didn't catch it, let me read that again for you guys. She said, I partly agree. I think we should have kept our own things separate. Just the equal access to supplies, money, etc. But no matter what we do, they take it and take all the credit away. And that's a very powerful statement because I think that's very true. Yes, I think it is very true. And we've been struggling with that. We've been fighting with that. We've been trying to come to some consensus with that. And in my particular age group, I was in 1968, I was in Memphis marching for the sanitation workers. Dr. King was there, Jesse Jackson, and all of their cohorts were there. So I recall that. I know what that is. I'm a part of history. But my thing is, I think that there was a grave mistaken error made when we assimilated, or at least tried to assimilate. And when we still haven't did that today. It's still an ongoing process. I see you, T. Swin. T. Swin is in the house. And it's an ongoing process that we're demonstrating with, right? T. Swin says, I would say, yes, he did err in the beginning. Then figured out it wasn't the right move. Standards went down after integration. I wholeheartedly agree with you, T. Swin. One of the things that happened is that we vacated all of the success that we had achieved in our own communities. We had our own corner stores, our own theaters, you name it, we had it, right? We had that for ourselves. We had our own casinos. Listen, y'all, we was gambling on a real high level. And our European counterparts figured that out and they wanted to bite on that. right? And it's crazy because we gave up everything that we had, okay, for the need to sit at someone's table in a restaurant. When we know you're already going to spit in our food, probably piss in our food for educational purposes only, and shit in our food, and then serve it to us. I mean, what did that profit to us? What did we get out of that? What was the what was the gain from that? Right? We had our own nightclubs. Our European counterparts actually were coming down in the hood and demonstrating with us. We weren't going to theirs and demonstrating with them. They knew that we had the greatest juke joints in the world, and they were coming. They were coming with their instruments. They wanted to join in and play with us and everything. And we threw away everything. We gave it up. Hey, Nanette, 217. Please let us know when you come in. Let us know where you're hailing from, family. So, Quentin Octavia says, they ain't like us. Yes, indeed. Can't nobody do what we do. Why did you want to go to their establishments anyway? Exactly. And you have to understand that it wasn't the bottom feeders that wanted to do that. It was those that were at the top that felt like they had achieved some level of standard, whereas they should be accepted on that level when it really wasn't a level. Our counterparts have never conducted themselves in a way that it was, how should I put this? For educational purposes only. They never conducted their behavior in a way that it was sufficient enough that others would benefit from it. Oh, come on, talk to me. Yeah. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby, with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Yeah. I agree, Queen. I'll tell you why do we always have to cross over to them? And I think it has to do with programming. I think that we've been programmed to somehow believe that our counterparts were much greater than we were, that they had greater achievements than us, that they had profited more with what they were doing than we had. And I would say that's a fallacy. Because why? Because we built this country. Not only did we build this country, but we had the greatest level of what? Technology. We were the ones that had the information to be able to establish the level of progression. And they knew this. And for those of you that don't know, what actually happened was they took away our abilities to be masons. What did they do? What they did was they took all of our information and then they put it in a book and categorized it and says that if you don't get this degree, then you can't do this. When we were the ones that had all of the knowledge and the information, but what they did was they stole our knowledge and our information and put it in a book. And now you got to go to where? School. You have to go to school and learn the trade that you already know that was always passed down from generation to generation. Why? So that they can take advantage of that and have control over it. We're in a control system. Y'all ain't got to talk to me. Let's have a toast on that one. I think that was pretty good. What y'all think? Salute, family. And to all my sippers, T. Swin said, word. Queen Octavia says, I think we are too accepting and inviting to others. I agree. T. Swin says, history has shown the backstabbing by them to every culture and every race, and that is categorically correct. That's facts. Queen Octavia says, now we have to pay for what we already know just to survive and keep them paid. I agree with you. This is exactly what has happened. Because if we go back to when we were in high school, I know back in the 60s and 70s, when you go back to high school, we had what we call vocational school. We had where you can learn a trade while still in high school. How many of you guys remember that? I don't know if you're old enough to remember that. This is grown folk conversation, right? Therapy with a sip, Wind Down Wednesday, which holds with the most. How many of you recall that we had the ability to take up trade when we were in high school? Not only when we were in high school, but remember in middle school, we had what we call wood shop and different types of things of that nature. Yes, skill and trades. Right, teaching me. We had wood shop. We had where we went to wood shop and also home economics. How many of you guys remember home economics? Remember we had home economics where we went and learned how to cook. Not only did we learn how to cook, but we learned how to prepare things. We learned how to sew. We learned how to do a number of things while we were yet in school, because school was what? Geared toward that particular level of what? Teaching, so that we could what? Learn. Yes. Yes. The medical says we had those trades in high school. Yes, indeed. We had them in high school. Master Teacher says, I recall that time. I was just speaking to someone about trade school, shop, home, economics, etc. Yeah, we had shop. We had shop where you could take that particular class and learn how to, yes, auto shop as well, Dominica. Yes, we had all of these things going on. Listen, for you, for me, and for us. Let's take a minute. Everybody hit that share button. Yes, we had all of that going on. And we gave it away. We gave it away. Let me say for sure that we're not here trying to disrespect Dr. King. We know the great work that he did. But also we know that you fumbled the ball. Those of us that have ever participated in any level of sports, we know that the game is all gravy until somebody fumbled the ball. When you fumble the ball, the other team pick it up and go in the other direction. It changes the whole scope of the game. And that's what happened to us. I think he fumbled the ball. Let me read something to you all, family. Let me read something to you. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a strong advocate for desegregation. He believed in and actively promoted the idea that all people, regardless of race, should have equal access to public facilities, education, and opportunities. See, therein lies the fallacy. Therein lies the fallacy because our European counterparts were already ahead of us. You're not gonna bring forth some level of equality when your counterpart is already ahead of you, right? Listen to this. Let me read a little bit more. He saw segregation as a crucial step toward achieving racial equality and justice in America. King's efforts in the civil rights movements were aimed at dismantling systematic racism and ensuring that African Americans could live and work without facing discrimination. And then there again, therein lies a problem. Because we were the ones that were doing all the work. We built this country. See, that's the fallacy. How can you bring us in on the tail end of something when we were always the head? Y'all gonna talk to me tonight? It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. It's your host with the most, right? Grown folk conversation, man. Listen, what? Therapy with a sip. Here we go. Salute. And to our sippers. All right. Did y'all catch what I just said to you all? We've been deceived on a high level. We are so deceived that we can't even find ourselves. We've been so deceived that we don't even know our ass from a hole in the ground. Just for educational purposes only, we're not using expletives to create some level of excitement that goes against the social norms. Okay? All right. Master Teacher says, we traded a lifetime for a day in paradise. Facts. I agree. Dominica says, I took auto shop, business, and drafting. Yes, I also did. Queen Octavia says, his vision and dreams don't match up. I agree. Come on, family, it's us tonight. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Now, you all know to help us bring greater content to you all we do is ask you guys to do what? Donate. Will y'all please put out there where they can donate, please? And again, please note that the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby, every Saturday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, is in the truth session. And he's giving a free game. I promise you all, he's on that quantum principles, theorems, and entanglements, and all of the elements that go along with that. Listen, he's giving you all information that y'all will pay thousands and thousands of dollars for because you have to go to a higher institution of learning to get this information. And this is one of the things that we've undertaken, himself and I, because we're in tandem, that we can give you all this information. And we don't offer disclaimers. We make sure everyone is responsible for their own what? Information. If your information is inaccurate and it's not factual, not only are we going to call you on it, but those that are on the timeline are going to call you on it. So note that we are here for us. Y'all already know, if we're on the same page, everybody put FUBU out there. If you're still in the room, put FUBU on the timeline. For us, by us. And it's okay. Right? Put it on the timeline. For us, by us. And this is what we do. We provide information, and our information is factual. Because what happens is that you can, when we give you information, I guarantee you can go and research it and look it up. And here's the amazing thing about it. And I'm pretty sure Master Teacher is going to put something out there. But here's the amazing thing about it. That when we give you that information and you go and look it up, it's going to make you have a greater level of knowledge and it's going to extend your ability to interpret information. And not only that, but it's going to deal with the fact that you can dismantle any misinformation and what? Disinformation. Oh, come on, talk to me, y'all. We're in Wind Down Wednesday. I'm your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. We in the house, y'all. Talk to me. Yes, indeed. I see y'all out there with that FUBU. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Let's have a toast. Salute. Let me know what y'all sipping on if you sipping at all. To my sippers. I know Queen Octavia says, what's happening to this dream slash nightmare? What's happening to it is that because we bought into that, they're able to present to us people like Joe Biden, people like Obama, people like the Orange Man, Trump, and their predecessors. We already know that basically we're dealing with what the lesser of two evils. None of them are any good for educational purposes only. We're not trying to disavow or discredit anyone. But so when you look at that, you have to see it for what it really is. And when you see it for what it really is, then you can deal with it, right? People get angry with me. Let me tell y'all something. Excuse me, my sinuses are draining from me. People get angry with me. They say, why haven't you voted? Vote for what? Because they say, our forefathers died for us to vote. I said, no. They did that for us to have the right to not vote. Let me say that again. While you're thinking they did that for us to vote, no, they didn't. They did that for us not to vote. Because what they understood was that these are the two of the lesser evils, and we have to be in the middle. And we've lost our way. We've stopped being in the middle to be able to bridge the gap. When you are able to build the bridge the gap, you have more power and authority than anything on either side of you, because they need you to cross over. I think Queen Octavia talked about that earlier, about us crossing over. Isn't that something? Yeah. Okay, T. Swin says, T. Swin says, every other community has their own version of FUBU, but we've been brainwashed to think we have to include others in everything that we do. No one of our color owns the businesses that keep the community thriving. And I agree. I agree, T. Swin. Thank you for dropping that. Now, that's amazing. Facts. And this is why I like coming in Wind Down Wednesday. You know why? Because we're so inundated with so much information. And we only need a platform where we can get that information off and have it projected. And you can come in Wind Down Wednesday, baby. If you come in Wind Down Wednesday and your information is on point, we're going to project that. Oh, put your hands together. Hey. That was a good one, wasn't it, family? That was a good one, wasn't it, family? Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Come on, talk to me. Y'all there? Come on, talk to me, family. T. Swin says, how do we get to where it needs to be? That's an amazing question. Did y'all hear what T. Swin said? See, hey, T. Swin, until we have these kind of levels of conversations, we'll never have the level of vernacular that we need to articulate with. Queen Octavia, you having peach corn liquor? You you trying to get drunk? Okay, all right. Isn't that something? JP said he got some Chardonnay. I agree. Queen Octavia, why are we always looking for some white great hope? I'm not, but the majority of our people are, because they're waiting on Jesus. They waiting for Jesus to show up, and Jesus gonna fix everything. Right? No? Hold on a second, family. Hold on one second. I apologize, my computer was about to turn off on you guys. T. Swin says, every other community has their own version of FUBU, but we've been brainwashed to think we have to include others in everything that we do. No one of our color owns the businesses that keep their communities thriving. I agree. Recapping, I agree. Look who just came in the room. None other than Miss Kizzy, y'all. Then brought her little butt in the room. Tell me she drinking some water and eating some strawberries and watermelon. Okay. Okay. The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby said, the quantum principles not only allow you to think outside of the box, quantum principles also disintegrate the box. Your mind expands and you are allowed to thin and calculate on a different level. Join me in the truth session for more powerful truths. I'm telling y'all, it's going down. All right. Queen Octavia says, every time we recover, they come back and hit us again. Absolutely. That's why we got to stick together. T. Swin says, how do we get to where it is we need to be? By sticking together, which are what Queen Octavia was just alluding to. We are here. Queen Chris. Look, y'all, listen, look what Kissy says. Hola, familiar. Hope everyone is doing great this hump day evening. Yeah, you late. Shut up. Okay, so JP says, I think to start, we must pool our resources together and support each and keep our money circulating in our community. Bam. Okay. The master teacher says we have to make a conscious and committed effort to change the narrative. We have not made a commitment to one another, so it is easy to betray one another. If they dangle some coins in front of us, we forget about our troubles and our 9 to 5. Pop that coin, master teacher, quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. But yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. But we don't want these kinds of conversations because we've been so inundated with programming that if you speak on this topic, you can't speak on this topic because if you do, you're going against those that have come before us. If those that have come before us, the purpose of them coming before us so that we can critically critique what they gave us so that we can better our position. What y'all think about that? Doesn't that make more sense? All right. Solid. All right, Simples. You know, it's a crazy thing that the hardest thing to deal with is when people believe a certain way. Not that they know, it is only that they believe. They have no knowledge, no facts, no nothing. That's the crazy part about it. Right? Teach Wednesdays, every year they give you a movie with a white messiah. We penalize others for just being able to barely hang with us physically, rhythmically, sonically, and mentally. Yes. And Kizzy says, yes, but the issue with this is people don't allow themselves to be taught correctly or to be taught correct or guided without them feeling like you are telling them what to do. I agree. That's why we have grown folk conversation. That's why grown folk come in here and we have grown folk conversation and third people to sip so that you can relax, sit back, and take in the information. Right? Take in the information. Let me see if we got any donations, family, so I can call you all out. Thank you, Prince of Peace, for your donation. Thank you. Those of you that are here, we're not asking for an arm and a leg. We're just asking you support us because we're content creators. We'll be able to bring you more content. Thank you, Queen Octavia, for your donation. Again, tonight's podcast is being brought to you by Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the Master Teacher, the Quantum Shifter, the Shapeshifter, the Code Breaker, and also T Swin, Man Can Always Be Wrong podcast, and also Queen Kizzy. Listen, if you guys haven't had an opportunity to do what? Pick this demonstration up. Right there, y'all. T Swin, man. Love is for suckers. If you had that opportunity, man, get this. I promise you, it's a great read. Thank you for donating. The Master Teacher, the Quantum Shifter, the Shapeshifter, the Code Breaker. So, now, if you all haven't had an opportunity to pick this book up right here, you might want to pick it up. Peace be upon him, Dr. Layla. But this is an excellent book talking about melanin. You might want to pick that up and get it's a good read. It's short, it's not long, and it's an easy read. And he really breaks it down and it's simplistic. Y'all can see I already highlighted and everything. So you might want to do that, right? Yeah. I didn't come out to hold you long. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Y'all already know what we do. Yeah. Yeah. But listen. We've come to this place, space and time. Y'all know what we say, hold what you got. Muse over it, cogitate upon it. Do what? Ponder on it. But by all means, do what? You guys, T. Swin says, I have an autographic copy. Got a chance to meet him here in Houston in the Shrine of the Black Madonna. Oh man, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us, Master T Swin. T Swin and JB, y'all can catch them, man. Listen, Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast. And then listen, look up Master Teacher. Master Teacher has a whole session that he does where he can teach your children, your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your aunt, and your uncle on how to deal with mathematics, right? Catch up with him. And then Prince of Peace daughter makes jewelry. Man, y'all got to look out there at that. And then listen, Queen Kizzy, she can read a book like no other. Get with her and she'll hook you up, right? Okay. So all of this is good, y'all. Y'all already know who I am, right? I'm your host with the most, baby. The one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. But listen, y'all have an amazing evening, right? Oh, what you got? Like I said earlier, muse over it, cogitate upon it, ponder on it. But by all means, do what? Right. Like Master Teacher said, govern yourselves accordingly. I love you guys. And we'll do this again. What? Next Wednesday. Yes.